Okay, it's 8:54 a.m. Day 12. We have finally arrived on the last day of the festival. Holy shit. Can't believe I'm still alive. Um yeah. I actually set my alarm to 7:30 and I decided to snooze it, and then I naturally woke up at around 8:11ish. I don't know. Which is fucking bad. But I don't know. It's kind of arbitrary because I want to see Die My Love at 11:30 a.m. Well, I think it was 11 a.m. and I can only rely on the last minute line. So I don't really know how early I should be. I'm gonna try to be there as early as possible. So we'll see. I also kind of want to buy breakfast, buy a pastry or something. Maybe that's a bad idea. Maybe I should just go. I don't know. If I miss Die My Love today, then it's over, and I'm gonna be really angry. It would be really hilarious too. But yeah, that's the plan. And then at around 1 p.m., if I do get into Die My Love at around 1 p.m. ish, I'll be coming back to the villa. I'll finish packing, and then I'll leave. And then I'll bring my stuff to Emma and Arjun's Airbnb. And then I'm gonna come back to the Palais to rewatch Resurrection. And then afterwards I'll come back to their Airbnb and then take it to my Airbnb. Yeah, about half the people on our team has left already. So today doesn't feel like a last day, it more so feels like an epilogue. So, yeah. Bruh, they're still lining up for the closing ceremony. Apparently there's a huge power outage. Okay, well anyways, I'm going back to the villa now. Yeah. So happy I finally watched this. Alright, intriguing update here. So apparently power is completely out in the entire town of Cannes right now. I don't have signal on my phone, and I thought it was my phone's fault. I thought my phone is just wonky, but apparently not. So I'm walking back to the villa now, and I just ran into Mustafa, and he told me all of Cannes has no signal now and no electricity because there's a storm in Grasse. So I'm so fucking lucky that I'm able to watch Die My Love somehow, because like nothing's really working now. And a few other people, Jack, Asir, and Tiger, are at the villa now waiting for me to come back to pack. And then whatever happens next, I have no idea. I can't contact anyone. So, who knows? Fucking hell. What are they doing? They're packing for me? The fuck? Okay, I just finished packing. Everyone's gone. I'm the only person in the house now. Jack, Asir, and Tiger have gone down the mountain to get some food. They'll get me some food. Very luckily, I found out the address to my Airbnb. Rue de Notre Dame. So I can actually just check in there immediately. I don't think I can rewatch Resurrection, guys. Oh, electricity's not working. Nothing's working. I found this though. Probably a few months old. The cheesy fries I had in the fridge is thrown out already. It'll work out. Okay. Go, 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 go. Okay. It's too late. I'm out. Okay. Okay, great. It's okay. I saw the film already. So the lock doesn't work, so there we go. Well, that's the place. Not too shabby. This is surprisingly spacey for one person to live in. I just need to know how to lock the freaking. Oh, there's an extra bed, but I won't be freaking living here. This is not too bad. There's AC. I hope there is. Anyways, time for food. Okay. Lunchtime. Finally some veg. Okay. This is not a very nice sitting spot. Holy fuck, the sun.
L'unanimité n'a pas sa place dans un festival. Un festival, c'est fait pour réagir à chaud, ressentir un choc, un coup de foudre.
J'ai une émotion à l'instant qui me traverse, je ne saurais pas vous la décrire, mais elle est vraiment incroyable. Je tenais à remercier Lucia Herzi, ma réalisatrice.
Ainsi s'achève le 78e Festival de Cannes. J'invite à présent le jury et tous les lauréats à revenir sur scène pour la traditionnelle photo de famille. Vive le cinéma, vive le Festival de Cannes, et à l'année prochaine, quoi qu'il arrive.
Okay, it's 11 p.m. Bon appetit. Gonna eat maybe half of this. I don't know. Starvation time. Apparently there's chicken inside. It says poulet, but I'm not seeing any chicken, so I don't know what's going on.
喺香港零食冇得比咯。
以前勁好多。
我都唔知發生咗咩事，即係以前香港。
Okay, it's 1:46 a.m. in the morning. I'm so tired. I may actually die. Like, I literally just fell asleep at the bar almost. Like, going in and out. But I'm just gonna walk around because I wanna know what is the last night of Cannes look like. So, I'm not gonna go home yet. I'm gonna go to Le Petit Majestic. Okay, time now is 2:13 a.m. in the morning. here I am back at the Airbnb. Oh my god, what a fucking day. I don't have the energy to talk about everything that happened today. I'm so tired. I was at the bar and I literally fell asleep sitting down. I was fighting for my life with a drink. Like, Jesus Christ. I don't know if I'm drunk or if I'm just extremely exhausted, but something just hit me. And I just really, if I don't sleep, I'm actually gonna die. Okay, I'm gonna turn on the fan. It's actually very stuffy in here. Okay. Nice. So, this morning I woke up and I decided to snooze. And so I woke up an hour late, but that's totally fine. So I woke up at 8:30. That's 5 hours sleep, not 4, so that's good. I quickly went to Belia de Boulangerie and I got tarte au chocolat, and I walked over to Varda Theater to line up for Die My Love. This is very important. This is my 4th time trying to watch Die My Love. And oh boy, I was the 2nd person in the last minute line. The first person is this American guy who has a 3-day pass, and then we talked. I don't know why I hate socializing, but like at a film festival, I just like talking to people because I want to know what their experience is. But yeah, and then more and more people joined. But like essentially, I was worried that there's going to be a long line already. False. Not really. There's no line at all. So yeah, that's great. It was so hot. It was so shiny. And the chocolate tart was so much. I couldn't even finish it. But anyways, at some point, the American dude in front of me, someone just gave them a paper ticket. He's like, thank you, and then he just left. And then at some point, I was talking to Anna, the half Chinese, half Japanese woman, and she suddenly was like, hey, are you still lining up for Die My Love? And I'm like, yes. And she's like, oh, I have the ticket. Just use it. And I'm like, oh, really? And then she sent me over the QR code, and it actually fucking worked. And I'm like, thank you. And so I lined up, and I got in the theater. I sat at a pretty nice seat, and I watched the whole movie. And I did not fall asleep once. I almost did, but I did not fall asleep once. And that was beautiful. That was such a satisfying way to end off the festival. So after I left Die My Love, there's no signal, and I thought it's just my phone. Turns out it's the whole can. Signal and internet is completely gone. There's no electricity. All the traffic lights are off. I walked back to the villa. I ran into Mustafa, and Mustafa told me about this situation. It's a bit dystopian. It's like the apocalypse. So I went up to the villa, and I continued to pack. At that point, Asir, Jack, and Tiger were still in the villa, and they were just like packing. They're about to leave. And I went to my room, and I realized I saw that someone stuffed a lot of stuff into bags and kind of ruined my shit, which made me kind of angry. But yeah, I packed very fast. I'm like 95% done. And then I went back down and literally everyone's gone. So I literally sat on the swing for a while. So before they were gone, they told me they're gonna be out for an hour just to get some food and then walk back. I'm like, sure. So I have Resurrection rewatch at 4 p.m. 4:15. And at that point it was like 2 p.m. So theoretically, if lucky, Jack, Asir, and Tiger come back, get me some food. I've already finished packing, and then we all go somewhere, and then I will leave them, and I'll head over to the Palais to watch Resurrection. That's one plan. Now it gets 100 times more complicated. Because how about Emma and Arjun? Well, as it turns out, Emma and Arjun won't check into the Airbnb until 7 p.m. And then Mustafa showed up, and Mustafa's like, okay, I'm gonna try to get to my hotel now. So at some point, the data came back on. And I just followed Mustafa. I took all my luggage with me and went over to his hotel. And at that point, before Mustafa came, I was like, oh, what if the internet comes back? And then I immediately asked my Airbnb host if I could join in like immediately, because it actually kind of worked. Like if I check into this Airbnb at 3 p.m., I can set everything down and immediately rush over to 4:15 Resurrection. But unfortunately, it didn't happen that way. I went to the hotel first, and then suddenly, the Airbnb host for this Airbnb was like, you can actually just come now. And I'm like, okay, great. So I literally dragged my luggage in my backpack 15 to 20 minutes across Cannes, came to this Airbnb. I finally figured out the password and the keys and everything, got in, immediately ran out, and ran towards the Palais, and I arrived outside of Buñuel, and I was 11 minutes late or 12 minutes late, and the woman there wouldn't let me in. Honestly, I'm impressed that I'm able to do all of this shit before 4:30 p.m. It's honestly kind of impressive, but sucks that I can't rewatch Resurrection unless miraculously they play it again somehow. But I really want to rewatch it. Oh god, I'm so sleepy. Yeah, and then from that point on, I just don't know what to do. I came back downstairs to see the closing ceremony. I'm really pissed. I have no fucking idea that Debussy also plays the closing ceremony alongside Lumiere. It's just a live feed, but it's still projected on a big screen. Mustafa got in, and apparently a bunch of people got in. Like the Hong Kongers I met at the Resurrection line, and then Emma, apparently, like they all went to Debussy to watch it, which is like, fuck, I'm just outside. But it was fun, and then that's it. So I came back to the villa, and then now I don't know what to do. And then I'm like, I need food, so I went to Mono P, bought a bunch of shit, and then came back. And then Franklin wants to meet me, so I'm like, fine. So we went out together. We went to Coco Loco, and we both had pina coladas. But the thing is, I don't think I'm drunk. I think I'm just really tired, and I think if I'm really tired and there's a little alcohol, it's just gonna be insanely tired. Also, we didn't pay. We tried to. We asked the waiters to give us our bills twice. We even stood outside the counter, but they just wouldn't let us pay. Like we just waited and waited and waited. So yeah, and then after that, I was like, I'm gonna walk around because it's the last night in Cannes. And I ran into Asir, Jack, Emma, Arjun, and Tiger. And it's so random. And they laughed. Honestly, I think it's crazy too. But I'm just there, it just showed up out of nowhere. And then we walked for a bit, and then I just came back home. And that's it. I'm not seeing them until summer. But yeah. Oh, so tired. So fucking tired. I don't even know what to do. I guess I'll do the bare minimum of unpacking. Like, I'll have pajamas out. That's pretty much all I need. Pajamas. It's so fucking awesome to live alone again. If I take a shower or whatever, I can just be butt-ass naked around the house. Like, around the flat, the apartment. Yeah. I just don't know how AC works. Okay, it's 10:16 a.m. On May 25th. Yeah, this is the second last day of the trip. And yeah, what the fuck just happened? So I had a good sleep. It's not a lot. It's like 7 hours, but it's longer than any sleep I had in the last 12 days. Slept from 3:30 to 9:50. I woke up all of a sudden. I was feeling really nice on my bed, which is up there. I woke up all of a sudden, realizing that my nose was bleeding. And then I looked down, and there's so much blood on the blanket, and I have blood on my shirt. And I just kept bleeding and bleeding, and it was such a fucking inconvenient spot to have a nosebleed. I have to go out of my bed, go all the way down the stairs, and come to the bathroom. And it just kept going and going and going. So yeah, I stopped the bleeding now. The blanket upstairs is fucked. Thankfully, there's washer and dryer inside the bathroom. Maybe I could use it. But both the blanket and the bed sheet have blood on them. So, that's unfortunate. I'm not gonna wash the bed sheet. So yeah, I don't know what's happening, man. I don't know. I feel like my body has become really weak. Like, I got so tired last night at the bar. I was like falling asleep, and at some point, you know how when you're about to fall asleep, your mind starts to drift away? I was speaking to Franklin, and in the middle of conversation, I start saying things that I don't mean to say. Like, I said in Cantonese, they want us to order, and I want to say dessert, and then I realize I'm in a bar. Because, like, we keep trying to ask waiters to come to give us the bill. And suddenly I start dreaming, and I thought we were in a restaurant, and I thought that they don't want us to pay because they want us to order more. So I was gonna say they want us to order dessert. And then I was like, wait, this is a bar. Like, I'm literally going insane. The nosebleeds, also, I didn't pee a lot. I realized this, and that is during the festival, I only pee about 3 times a day, or maybe twice. And that is, you know, that's crazy. Like, I go outside and I watch movies, and I just don't really, I forgot to pee. So I don't pee. I didn't eat enough food. My food last night was literally half a box of macaroni. Like, it's so fucking crazy. My body's so weak right now. So yeah, I need food and sleep and just proper rest, essentially. I haven't had a nosebleed in like a couple years, and suddenly I have constant nosebleeds. Anyways, yeah, I set the alarm to 10:50, but I naturally woke up at 9:50 because of my nosebleed. So I don't know what to do for today. I'm just gonna chill. Last night I did a little thinking, and I realized day trip to Nice could just be a one-day thing. Like, there's a little bit to see in Nice, but it's actually not that much. Like, there isn't a lot to see in Nice. I want to check out Matisse Museum and Old Town. Most of the attractions are in Old Town anyways. The plaza, the chateau, the coastal path. So tomorrow is just going to be huge Nice day. I wake up hella early, go to the museum in the morning, and then afternoon and night it's going to be Old Town, and I'll walk around, and there's going to be a church, and that's pretty much it. So tomorrow's Nice day, which means today I don't actually want to go anywhere. I just want to walk around and chill. I feel like I really know Cannes now, because I've been here like 13 days. Like, I don't even need to look at a map. I just walk around and I know places. Yeah, so that's that. Yeah, that's that. But even my eyes are itching really bad, and I feel like it's part of my weak body thing. Okay, well, yeah. Okay, fuck. Okay, I gotta make breakfast. There should be some pots over here. This one seems okay. Good enough. I'm gonna get this. This, 2 eggs, and some cabbage. That'll be my breakfast. Ooh. Okay. Brings me back to LA times, huh? Brings me back. Okay. Also, washing machine seems to be working. So that's good. That's good. Yes. Okay. Okay, bon appetit. This is gonna be my breakfast. Unbelievable. All right. I can't even find a spoon in this Airbnb, by the way. Oh, god damn it. Manolan's Irish Pub, a true staple of Cannes. Nice to see you again. Merci. Ooh.
Honestly, the resurrection.
Camera mode. Going camera.
But I imagine people would go fucking crazy for. Like, were you aware of the way people reacted to the Oscar buzz around "I'm Still Here"?
What do you mean?
Bro, my shoes. Bro.
No, I'm long, tall. I'm sitting in the front row.
How did you let that happen?
We were like, oh, we're gonna go see this.
Oh, in the group chat?
And then, no, we were all together. We were like trying to leave, and then he showed like he was waving aside. Hello? I didn't see that. We were leaving the building.
They would have it in Italy. Waterworld.
Die Hard. This is a pretty.
Oh shit, is it English?
Cineum is over there. Cineum. The Cannes Airport. Palais. Palais over there.
This with Min in the resurrection line, and we kind of, I think I came to the feeling that like
octopus.
there's an innocence in all 3 of her movies of like returning to a time where you don't have to hit.
Is that like Graham?
Yo.
Wait, what? What? Thank you.
It's just really good.
Really good. Shocker. Chocolate mousse, good.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Okay, so it's 10:33 p.m. I'm back in. I was gonna say the villa, but no, it's an Airbnb. Yeah. Today it's so crazy. I'm living alone now, and I can just talk to my phone like this. But yeah. Wow. Today is. How do I even describe it? It's like a day of rest. It's technically my first day of actual traveling, yet it is a day of rest, and it's a very much needed day of rest. I'm so happy that my planning for today and tomorrow are so loose. I usually plan out my travels really tightly, especially when I went to Japan. When I went to Akihabara solo, I planned out everything by the minute. But today was just like, who fucking cares, man? So I decided not to go to Nice. I woke up and had a nosebleed. That was terrible. I did not plan. I didn't plan to have a nosebleed. I didn't know that my nosebleed would be this severe. And I haven't had a nosebleed since like years. So it's so crazy. And it just kept going and going. And thankfully there's the washer and dryer. But Jesus Christ, you know. So I hope, the thing with this Airbnb is I hope I leave this Airbnb as cleanly and as tidily as possible, because I cannot afford a negative review of me on the Airbnb website. Because the Jewish woman fucked it up for me. So there's that. Yeah, this morning was really chill. I honestly didn't really want to leave to do anything. I had a cup instant noodle for breakfast, which is weird. Like, I never really expected the day to come. You know, I travel solo in Europe and I make myself breakfast and it's instant noodles. It's like the last time I went to Europe in 2018, my mom would do that. And then at some point at noon, Emma texted me over WhatsApp and was like, hey, so today me and Arjun, we're either going to Monaco or we're just going to go to the beach. And a little bit later, Emma was like, yeah, I don't think we're going to Monaco because apparently there's a Grand Prix, which is like a race car thing. So it's like crazy over there. So we're just going to chill in Cannes, which is totally fine by me. I don't really want to go anywhere today anyways. Part of me thinks, no, there's an extra day today. I should go to Nice or at least go somewhere interesting. But part of me is like, I can't do any high intensity shit today at all because it has been so intense. So literally from about 1 p.m. to 10 p.m. I was just outside, which seems like a lot, but it really isn't. I went to L'Atelier Cape, which is a nice restaurant about west towards the beach, Riviera. And I had a crepe there. It's a savory crepe with smoked salmon. It was really nice. Pineapple juice. And then afterwards, it was expensive too. It was 22 euros, but like, or not 22 euros. It's like 20 euros or something. But the dinner was fucking like that is one of the most expensive dinners I've had this year. It's a whole ass feast, but you know what? Maybe it's worth it. So, yeah, after that, we had nothing to do, so we just went to the beach, and I did not really plan to go to the beach. I was in my, black long pants and all this, like, I'm not prepared to go to the beach at all. But we went to the beach. Arjun had a beach towel. We sat down there, and I don't have sunglasses, and I was hot. The sun was so bright. I honestly wasn't having a great time. I bought ice cream, and that was nice. And we sat down, and I just looked. I just didn't do anything. And then eventually, around 3 p.m. we left. We went to a DVD store / bookstore called Fnac, which is really nearby at Rue d'Antibes. And it was nice, but there are no interesting Blu-rays or DVDs. I mean, there are some interesting, but I can't buy them because it's France. It's a wrong region. Yeah, finally, we didn't have a lot to do, and then they wanted to get coffee, so they went to this Niva, which is a gelato place, but they both got coffee and Arjun got ice cream, and I didn't get anything. And then it's just like, okay, now what? And I was like, why not visit a castle? So apparently there's this castle called Chateau de Castres, but it's not really a castle. It's a ruined castle, and it's on the mountain. But it's not that far away, and we have a lot of time to kill. So we walked up the mountain, me, Emma, Arjun. We just walked up, and man, the scenery was fucking beautiful. This is what Europe is all about. Like, the little villages, the staircases, and we went up, we reached the top, and it's amazing. We just enjoyed the views, let the breeze hit us, and took tons of photos, and then we went back down, and then we're like, let's get dinner. And by then it was still early, it was like 6 p.m., but the process of finding dinner and walking around ended up being like, we didn't really have dinner until like 7-ish, and then we found this place. So we wanted somewhere that's not that expensive, but we ended up spending a lot of money anyways. It's called Bays Cafe, and it's all the way on the other side, like on the west side of the Riviera, so not near the town center at all. And there's not a lot of customers in that restaurant, but we ordered a lot of shit. They ordered white wine, so we shared white wine. I had Coca-Cola, and then they had like steak, like sliced steak, and I had octopus. We have bread. It was a very good meal, and it's been a while since I've had octopus. I'm really glad. And it has like pumpkin puree, which is just really delicious. Expensive, but good. And then, as if it's not enough, we ordered a chocolate mousse for dessert, which I ain't complaining. It's really good. But the whole meal ended up being like 43 euros. It's absolutely mental. So 47 US dollars. It's really insane. Like, that's like a Korean barbecue. To be fair, Korean barbecue is like 60 US dollars, but still, it's like a humongous feast. But honestly, this is going to be the last meal I'll share with someone in Europe in this trip. So might as well go big. Also, it's probably going to be my last dinner in Cannes. Tomorrow lunch and dinner, it'll be at Nice. So, yeah, pretty much that's it. I also bought sunglasses because I realized I really need sunglasses for tomorrow, but also, more importantly, for LA. Because without sunglasses in LA, I would die. My eyes would burn. So yeah, spent a lot of money, but it's okay. I feel like because during the festival I spent so much money like buying food from the panini stand and like McDonald's, I actually saved money because I didn't spend that much. So that's interesting. But yeah. So there's that. What else? Yeah, we just talked. We just talked a lot. It's kind of weird because like I don't know Emma nor Arjun that much before before this semester, and now I'm traveling with them, talking to them a lot about movies, and apparently a lot of like weird relationship stuff actually happened. So on the beach, Arjun told me that there's this weird thing going on with Asir, which I definitely felt that. Like a couple days ago, Asir was like in a bad mood and he grabbed me by the shirt and was like, something's happening, and I'm like, what's happening? And like I could tell Asir's like doing a bunch of weird, ridiculous things because he's in a bad mood. And Asir was like quote unquote sick for a couple of days. So apparently Asir had a girlfriend and he broke up with her during the festival. And then during that time, he started flirting with Mia, Sandrine's daughter, who also already had a boyfriend. And Mia and Asir made Instagram posts. And both of their Instagram posts also feature a lot of each other suspiciously. So Arjun and a few others suspect that something weird is going on between Asir and Mia, which is not surprising at all, but just kind of funny to me. A little bit later during dinner, Arjun showed me and Emma a photo that Jack took, and apparently it's during the USC rooftop party. And in the far back of the photo, it's Arjun and Moriel on the verge of kissing. It's so random. So it's fucking crazy because I feel like me and Colin and Garrett, we're so dead set on watching movies that we missed out on all these like drama and stuff. Even though it's not crazy drama. Last year there was a guy who was allegedly a rapist and did nothing but party throughout the entire festival. This year is much more chill. But even so, I feel like I've missed out on a lot of these things. And I don't know what's going on. Arjun talked about his relationships and his ex, blah, blah. In many ways reminds me of Benny, not only because he's tall and has curly hair, but also very charismatic guy. But yeah, it's just like, and then like, I'm just thinking like, I've met Moriel, I've met Mia, and neither of them are that interesting to me, like, and also Asir is like older than me, and Mia is like 20, so that was also kind of weird, but like, I don't know, I feel like this also kind of reflects on how I'm kind of apathetic to people romantically. I like 99% of women I meet them and I'm just like, they're not that interesting. I'm sorry. You know, I don't feel anything towards them other than, oh, maybe we can be good friends. So anyways, there's that. Either way, I'm going solo from this point onwards. My first time solo, truly solo, in Europe. And it's a little bit nerve-wracking, but also I'm sure I'll be fine. I gotta plan what to do tomorrow, and I have a loose plan now, and that is morning I'll take a train to Nice, and then I'll go to Matisse Museum, first line of order, and then the second half of the day would be Old Town. If I have extra time, I'll try to visit a cathedral, but I already saw a cathedral earlier today at the mountain, which was really nice. I love visiting religious places, by the way, huge hobby of mine. But yeah, I'm gonna try to get to Old Town, and I'll have a nice dinner there. Probably not as big of a feast as I just had today, but I want to have seafood. Because I know southern France it's all about seafood, and lunch could be anything, pizza maybe, pasta, whatever. I also want gelato, so I already have like several foods dead set. So yeah, it's gonna be a little bit like Santa Barbara, but upgraded. You know, in Santa Barbara, it's also like lunch, dinner, some attractions. Tomorrow, hopefully it'll be fun. Hopefully it will be great fun. Yeah, and then that's it. And then Also, the Persian Canadian guy who's friends with the DP of A Simple Accident saw my short film. I sent him a link, and he gave me this huge paragraph of the things he loved. He loved this scene, it's classy. He loved the actors. He loved the location, and he somehow like searched the location of my short film on Google Maps, and he thought it's filmed in Pak Sa Wan, but like I never filmed there, so that's like wrong information. That's misinformation. And then he like gave me a lot of criticism. He's like, I know you only met me briefly, so block me if you want to. And then he gave me some constructive criticism, like I didn't like the cinematography here, I didn't like the cinematography there. It's mostly about cinematography. But like, it's constructive criticism. I'm happy to receive them. Like, you're being helpful. I don't know why I would block you for that, you know? And also, I've met people, or I know people online who have been way harsher on my work. So, like, I can take loads of criticism nowadays because, you know, this is what being an artist means. Yeah, anyways, there's that. Unfortunately, did not run into any filmmaker today. I was hoping maybe I will run into Begon or Hong Sang-soo, Wes Anderson. No, but others have. Well, not Hong Sang-soo anyways. But yeah, cool trip nonetheless. Cannes Film Festival, truly the most unique experience I've had since Film 33. Not an exaggeration, truly definitive, year-defining experience. Roller coaster ride of emotions, missing a film and then watching it, and then missing another one and then watching it, running into YouTubers, just like enjoying films, being extremely tired and dirty in the villa, but also really enjoying hanging out with people. Just the unexpected element of it, just the whole adrenaline rush of like 12 days straight. It's just truly, I feel like it's gonna take me weeks to process what the fuck just happened. But yeah, excited for Nice tomorrow. Don't really know what to expect. Don't really know. Yeah, I even thought about meeting a Hong Konger, like the Hong Konger group. A couple of people I met during lining up for Resurrection. But yeah. Who knows? But I also can't wait to get back to LA and sleep and chill and do nothing. Absolutely cannot wait for that. Yeah, so, we shall see. I'm gonna use my laptop for a bit now, and then, I'll try to sleep, like, 2 a.m. or something. Good day, though. Good day. Had a bit more sleep and had a lot of food. Like, real food, so, yeah. Okay, it's 8:41 a.m. in the morning, on May 26th. It's technically the last day of the trip, more like second last, but tomorrow's just flight. I had a good sleep. I slept from like 2:30 a.m. to like 8:30. I'm in my PJs right now. I'm in my pajamas. These are fresh pajamas, by the way, because I use a washer and dryer to clean them. Yeah, and did not have a nosebleed this morning. Last night after I went back home, I sat I sat at the couch over there and used used my laptop, and I just fell asleep. I was like, okay, I'm so tired, I'm just gonna close my eyes for a bit, and then I woke up and it's 1:30 a.m. I don't know how long did I fall asleep for, maybe half an hour. I just fell asleep on the couch. I was so tired. So, it's pretty fucking crazy. You know, today is
technically probably the only day where I actually travel. But yeah, I also can't wait to go back to LA and sleep even more and eat good food again. Well, I'm eating good food here. It's just, stable meals. Yeah, and last night I came up with a pretty tight-knit plan on my niece travels. Pretty tight plan, so I'm excited for that. It shouldn't be that difficult to follow. My Santa Barbara itinerary plan was really loose. This one is a little tighter, but it's not that tight. Like, I'm still giving myself a bit of space here and there. But yeah, it is. I do have a plan for today. So that's that. And I need to leave this place at 9:50 a.m. hopefully. And I have a bunch of things to do last night that I didn't do because I was too tired. Like writing emails, finishing the laundry, etc. So hopefully I'm going to do all that within the next hour so that I could, get out and walk to the train station at 9:50 and then figure out how to buy a train ticket. I do have cash with me though. I do. I don't know how helpful it is, but I do have cash with me right now. I also downloaded an app which is called Ligne d'Azur or Ligne d'Azur. Yeah, it's for the buses over there, and I need to take 2 bus trips. But yeah, it's gonna be fun. I'm excited, and yeah, that's pretty much it. Yeah. Part of me really wanted to snooze and then go back to bed. But nah, not gonna do that. Yeah. Hey guys, what's up? It's the Culture Detective here, investigating your favorite trips. And today, I am completely alone once again. Yeah, as much as I love traveling with people, I don't know why, but I always end up traveling alone. But anyways, today we have a very interesting thing because I am going to travel solo to Nice, France, which is not where I'm at right now. Right now I'm at Cannes Film Festival, and Nice is about half an hour away by train. So yeah, today's gonna be fun, and I will be doing some heinous shit. Yeah, okay, gotta go. So right now it's 9 a.m. In about 50 minutes time, I am going to leave this place, go to the train station, and head over to Nice. Now, today, hopefully, if all goes according to plan, today's going to be split into 2 halves. The first half being Matisse Museum, a museum full of Henri Matisse's work. The second half being the Old Town, which is where all the amazing picturesque views start to chime in. And yeah, I really want to eat gelato, so that's going to happen. And yeah, I'm gonna have some breakfast now. This is it's supposed to be a dessert. It's not supposed to be breakfast. So it's like a mousse. Mousse speculoos. Yeah. So I'm gonna eat this for breakfast. It's gonna be nice. I don't have a spoon either. This fork is the only eating utensil in this entire Airbnb, so we'll see. I love mousse though. Okay. So I'm not entirely against eating mousse for breakfast. I literally just had chocolate mousse last night. Okay, well, cheers. Wow. Wow. Oh my god. It's like caramel biscuits crumbled on top of caramel flan. Like this is amazing. Oh my god. Okay. Yeah. Bruh, we're late. The train is late. It's 10 minutes late. Oh my god. Plan ruined, destroyed. Look at all these people waiting. It's gonna be fun. Oh my god. Okay, I'm in Nice. Yeah, this is how I look when I'm waiting for my knee surgery. Get it? Ha 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 ha. How do I get out of here? Okay, so there seems to be a pizza place somewhere over there. So yeah, so I'm gonna just try. I don't know why, but I'm like in the mood for pizza right now. And like, you know, it's so funny because we're in southern France, and somehow when you're at southern France, the best cuisine is Italian cuisine. So yeah. Let's go.
cross this road. I need to get over that side. Can I just like walk over? Okay, I guess I'm just okay, I guess I'll just walk over like this. Sure, why not? Okay. Okay, I just got in for free because I'm a student. Lamau. Okay. Very nice. Very nice. There's more over here. Museum in a villa. En ville de Champs. I guess this is about this museum. Yeah, I guess so.
Oui, il a dit conversement autour de la lettre, ça
Almost freaking died there. Almost died in Nice. That wouldn't have been nice. Okay. There we go.
Just to the end of
Ooh. Very tempting. This is a little steeper than I thought it would be. Okay, I made it. I just need to touch the water. Fuck. Okay, well. Fuck. What the fuck? Okay, well, I guess that's a success. Fuck. My shoes and my socks. Holy fuck. Okay, I gotta take off my shoes now. Fuck me. That was a huge failed by success. Also, I think I lost my sunglasses again. Fuck! What the fuck? They're just gone. Again. They were in my pockets. I knew it. The waterfall is fake. Notre Dame Cathedral. Not Notre Dame, this is a regular cathedral. I was there. That's where I almost lost my glasses. Place Masséna. Okay, let's do this. That crazy guy is gone, thank God. Okay.
Yeah, you can try some of my ones. Yeah, you might get more. You can get there's a salad
Fuck, I actually paid. Okay. I was like, I don't need to pay, I can just like go onto the train and take it for free. But I'm a good citizen today, okay? 10 euros. Okay, so it's 10:56 p.m. My phone has battery again. I'm in my own apartment. I'm wearing black leather shoes because my regular shoes are wet completely. I'm gonna go outside and buy 3 things: water, body wash or shampoo, and if possible, some salad sauce for the extra dinner I'm having tonight. Yeah, it's so late and I'm really tired, and gotta pack and gotta leave tomorrow. Wow. This is 18 euros. What the heck? I'll just get something like this. What the fuck? My fucking God, why is everything breaking in France? Holy shit. What the fuck? Okay, time now is 11:27 p.m. and today's the last day. Kinda. Tomorrow is the last day, but tomorrow's flight day. So, yeah, I'm just gonna walk like this. I cannot find any scissors or knives in this entire Airbnb. I guess I'll just have to stick with fucking this and take this all the way back to LA, where I have indeed a sharp tool that can cut this off. So great, yeah, so today unfortunately I did not have a great time. Loads of things went wrong. I think I'm just really unlucky, and I also think that I'm not that interested in traveling to Nice in the first place, so it wasn't like an explosion of joy or anything, you know. When I went to Tokyo 2 years ago or 3 years ago, it was an explosion of joy because I've been wanting to visit Tokyo for such a long time, and I have so much to expect, so much to do. Today in Nice, it was more akin to Santa Barbara, where I'm just not that interested, but I still wanted to go because why not? And I went out of it feeling kind of okay about it, but just a lot went wrong, really. Just in the morning, it was actually quite nice. I wasn't in a hurry in the morning, but when I arrived at the train station, there was immediately a train to Nice, but I decided not to catch that for some reason. I think it was 10:05 a.m. There was already a train to Nice, but I wanted to take 10:11 a.m. to Nice, and then 10:11 a.m. train to Nice, that became 10 minutes delayed, 20 minutes delayed, and 30 minutes delayed eventually. It was so delayed that at some point, everyone just waited for the next train to Nice that isn't delayed, that's somehow arriving earlier. Like as in earlier than the 30-minute delayed train. So, yeah, we got onto a different train to Nice, I got onto it and my plan was a little delayed. But honestly, in the greater scheme of things, it was okay because aside from eating the pizza, I did everything else really fast. So I arrived at Nice and I was not that excited about it. I was like, cool, this is a really cool place. It looks like Cannes, but a city, you know, it looks big. And it seems interesting. It looks really good, very picturesque. And then I had to look for lunch. And then my second problem came, and that is a lot of restaurants don't open until noon for some reason. I think maybe it's like a French culture thing, but like supposedly you can only go to cafes and bakeries in the morning, and only like restaurants open at noon or something. Of course, there are exceptions. So I wanted to eat pizza. Eventually, I found Pizza Door, which I think is a pretty like restaurant. I mean, it's good, and I like that I'm finally eating some really European pizza, like really real pizza, where you eat with fork and knife. It's not like American fast food pizza where it's just a dry circular honk of cheese, and you cut it up and you grab it with your hands and just stuff it in your mouth. This is real pizza. It's a flat piece of dough underneath an actual dish, like cheese, ground beef, onions, mushroom, eggs, and it's like a dish on top of a piece of dough, and you still eat it with fork and knife. So it feels like real pizza, and I like that, but it was not the greatest pizza ever, honestly. I finished eating it. I went over to the bus stop. Another thing is, of course, I forgot the power bank, and it's so fucking crazy. Like, I've had this phone for a while now, but like, it wasn't until the last couple of months when it started to have these battery issues where the battery just drains really fucking fast. It goes so fast, it's crazy. And I was like, okay, it's fine, I'll just use my phone very sparingly. But like, after the pizza, it already dropped down to like 50 something percent. In the morning when I left my apartment, it was like 87%, I believe, or like 80 something, or 90. How do you manage to drop so much? I didn't even use it that much. I know filming videos drain a lot of battery, but I use my camera to film most for today. And of course my camera also dropped its battery really fast as well. So anyways, I eventually arrived at Museum Matisse, which was pretty nice. I'm glad that I never missed a bus stop or a train stop. I always know where to get off, and I always know which direction it is. I almost got to the wrong bus stop after Museum Matisse, but I was observant. I looked at Google Maps and I was like, ooh, it looks like it's at the same place, but it's actually a different bus stop. So anyways, Museum Matisse was okay. I'm really happy that I got into it for free. Apparently students go in for free. It's a pretty small museum. I originally allocated 2 hours to go through it. I, in fact, only used 1 hour to go through it. And it was nice, it was fine. I wasn't blown away by it or anything, but it was a good time. And then I left, and then I went again onto the bus, and then on to Place Masséna, which took me like 5 minutes to walk through. There's a fountain, and then I entered Old Town. At that point, I was more worried about my battery than the actual views, or like the tourism part of the traveling part of the travel. But it looked great, you know, and I was just thinking, like, I'm just walking alone like an idiot. It would be great if I have like a girlfriend or something, because this place seems like a really cool place to hang out with a loved one, where you just talk over things and look at things. Like, even yesterday, hanging out with Emma and Arjun is much more fun than going to any of these places by myself, because I'm with someone. Yeah, I talk to them and stuff. So, I mean, solo travel is great, when you're very dead set on doing specific things. Like when I was in Akihabara, I was dead set on going to these figurine stores, and when I went to Shinjuku, I was dead set to going to these temples and whatnot. But like in more laid back settings, whether it's Santa Barbara or Nice, it would be nice if there's someone with me, because otherwise I'm just walking around like an idiot and sitting down. So there were a couple moments where I'm just like, I'm going too fast. Like, I might as well just find a spot and sit down and chill, because there's nothing better to do. I went to Old Town and I'm like, you know what? I should do something fun, like touch the Mediterranean Sea. So I went down to the rocky beach, and then I'm so fucking stupid. I guess I should have known that because a section of the rocks look darker, they look wet. So I should have assumed that the water also goes up. But when I walked up to the coast, to the shore, the water was clearly far away from me. And then suddenly a wave hit me and it just splashed through my pants and my shoes and my socks. And I really did not want that to happen because it's wet, but also I can get infected by that shit. Like back in Tokyo during Team Lab Borderless, I got into the water, and then even though I dried off my feet, that night I got an infection. So I really don't want something like that to happen to me. So that was fucking stupid. And also it's just very uncomfortable. All my socks and shoes are wet now. It's so fucking stupid. So I went onto a bench. Some black guy was sitting there. So I'm like, okay, fine. I went to another bench, and then an old woman saw me and immediately left. Also, France is a bit more racist than America, like in LA at least. So there's so many moments where I would sit down and somebody would be like, oh, and then they would just walk away. So I sat down, I took off my shoes, and I was barefoot, just letting my 2 feet out, pointing towards the sky, while holding my socks out like this. I'm like a funny statue. At some point, a British couple went by me, and the woman was like, oh, do you have sore feet? Do you want plasters? And I'm like, oh, I'm fine. I just need to dry my feet. But yeah, at some point I realized it's going to take hours for the socks to dry, so might as well just suck it up. So I sucked it up, and right before that I realized I lost my glasses again. Are you fucking kidding me? So I retraced my steps onto the rocky beach, and surprisingly I got my sunglasses back. They're just laying there. Turns out Nice is not a den of thieves, according to my mom. So yeah, anyways, I went to Colline du Château, which is up the hill from Old Town Nice. I went up, and it was a long hike, but it was nice. The views are really nice. But again, that's it. Like yesterday, I was at Cannes Old Town, and I did the same thing, and it was also a nice view. It's like, it wasn't that different. There's a waterfall for some reason, but it's a fake waterfall. Yeah, so didn't blow me away or anything. Again, I was more worried about my battery at that point. So I walked down the hill, and I realized I need to cut my trip short. Like, my shoes are wet, I have battery issues, and I'm really tired, and I need to pack for tomorrow. Genuinely not a good idea. So I decided to cut my trip short. I did not do the coastal path thing. I thought I should just find a restaurant somewhere on the on the east side of the port in Nice, and then afterwards directly walk north to reach Nice Riquier station, and then take a train back to Cannes, and then just call it a day. So that's what I did. I went to the other side of the port, and there were some restaurants, and I eventually, on Google Maps, I found a restaurant called La Barque Bleue, and I'm like, fine, I'll just go to that one. I went to that one. The price seems reasonable. It's a little bit pricey, but you know what? It's my last dinner here, might as well. So, went into that one, and boy, was that a strange experience. There was this drunk black guy who saw my camera and was like, mirrorless? And I'm like, yeah. And then a little bit later, I realized he's drunk, and he's like, let me take a photo of you. And then he shook my hand, but his hands were greasy. And then he's like, oh, let me take a photo of you. And I'm like, nah, later. And he's like, where are you from? And I'm like, Hong Kong. And he's like, oh, I'm from the Bay. And I told him I'm from LA, like studying in LA. And he's like, oh yeah, LA is like bad. And then he's like drunk and he knocked over a pot, not a pot, a small bowl of sauce. And the sauce splashed onto my pants. So yesterday I got ice cream on my pants. Today I got sauce on my pants. And a little bit later I got fish on my pants. So I waited a hella long time until the fish to arrive. And it was just okay. Like, it wasn't like mind-blowingly good. It's like fried base with fennel in it. But it's good, I'm happy. I think Nice is like well known for seafood. So it was fine. I also ordered lemonade soda. Turns out by that they mean Sprite with a slice of lemon in it. It's really silly. So yeah. That's 28.8 euros. It's a bit overpriced for what I got. But anyways, I walked up to Nice-Riquier train station, and by then my phone was at like 8% or something, and then I waited for a train to come, I went on, and then at some point in the train my phone died. So that's amazing. Then I went home, and yeah, on the toilet I had a nosebleed. I think I lost a lot of blood in the last few days just by like these huge nosebleeds. After getting back to LA, I'm eating nothing but steaks and spinach because I need to load up on the iron. I also feel like I just lost a lot of weight. So yeah, not a great day, unfortunately. I also think my feet has like calluses and they hurt because I've been walking so much. So it's like, yeah, it's just fucked. And now my shoes are fucking broken. So that's great. So everything's kind of falling apart a little bit, but it's whatever. I'm going home tomorrow, and it'll be okay. Things will be okay. And I'm gonna probably wake up at 6 a.m. tomorrow. So, this macaron store I was eyeing at is called La Durée. Turns out it's like the Erewhon of macarons. It's extremely overpriced. Because I believe Camden also bought like a box of 6 macarons, and he's eating like a small bite out of each of them. You only do that because the macarons are fucking expensive and the price of a Tesla. And truth be told, I like macarons. I'm not gonna pay for overpriced macarons. So I've been doing a little research and I realized my favorite bakery in Cannes, the Béliard Boulangerie, might have macarons. And miraculously they open at 7 a.m. So tomorrow I will wake up at 6 and pack everything up and leave the apartment at 7 and immediately hit that boulangerie and get a box of macarons and put it in my backpack or something. And then I'll travel all the way to Nice airport and then I'll enjoy it there. Or I'll immediately enjoy it here. Who knows? But yeah, actually I'll enjoy it here. Macarons and a cup of coffee in the morning. The perfect way to end off France. I'm gonna do that actually. Yeah, so that's the plan tomorrow. If there aren't macarons, I'll just get a regular tart or something. But yeah, I also went to the supermarket to buy water and shampoo. This is rather big and this looks toxic basically. I'm gonna use a little bit tonight. That's it. I'm gonna bring this back home. I'm not gonna throw this away. Yeah, no luck on salad sauce. I mean, there is salad sauce, but they're big jars. So yeah, I'm gonna have an extra dinner tonight because I realize I have food to clean. actually. I have 2 eggs, macaroni, an apple, some lettuce, and some lemon soda, grapefruit soda. So that's dinner part 2. So yay, you know, I need to bulk up anyway, so might as well. Okay, this is it, my actual second final dinner in Cannes. So thank God I didn't buy salad sauce, because I'm not going to eat much lettuce anyways, because most of the lettuce turned into freaking ice. Of course, it's always the vegetable ice problem. Even my apple over there turned into ice, so I'm defrosting it right now. Great. Post nosebleed icy apple. Okay, time now is 6:25 a.m. in the morning on May 27th. Yeah, this is the last day. I'm leaving. I slept from 3:10 to like 6:10, basically. So 3 hours of sleep. Really nice. I feel really alive right now, as you can probably tell. I planned to go to bed at 2, but then again, I was on the couch over there, and I was using my laptop, and I'm like, okay, hold on. I'm just gonna like sit back a little bit, and then I fell asleep. Once again, I fell asleep on the couch. So yeah, but anyways, it's okay. I think 3 hours is not that bad. Like, I'm gonna sleep on the plane anyways. Yeah. So there's that. I did pack a little bit yesterday, but I realized that I actually don't need that much time to pack, because I already have like 99% of everything is already in my luggage. Like, yeah, like all I need to take care of is like my wash stuff, like toothbrushes, etc., my electronic stuff, and the rest of my clothes, and then I'm good to go. So I actually don't really need to pack that much. So that's good news. I'm not too worried about that. I also realized that right now I'm closer to the train station than Belliard Boulangerie. So it would be better if I just leave without bringing anything with me, like my luggage and everything. Go to Belliard Boulangerie, buy stuff, and then come back. I also need to throw out some trash as well. Yeah, so I'm gonna do that. Yeah. And then that's it. The latest time possible for me to take a train is 7:30 a.m. So 1 hour from now. I think that's enough time. Yeah, and these clothes are clean. Like, they're from the dryer yesterday. So that's really nice. I also have 2 boiled eggs here. That I boiled last night during dinner so that I could eat them right now.
yeah, so I don't really have much else to add. Yeah, getting out should be a very easy process. And then we have the flight itself. I'm going to have a layover in Philadelphia, I think. I don't know. But hopefully 1.5 hours is enough time for me to go through everything at the Nice airport. Yeah. And hopefully my shoes are dried. Yeah, that's all. I was so hot. Like, I woke up before the alarm even rang because I was just like sweating like all over. It's really crazy the AC doesn't work here. I can't wait to go back to LA. Like, I know it's like France, you know, it's cool that I'm here, but I can't wait to go back to LA and just sleep. I think the next few days I'll just be staying at home, like, and you know, going to Ralph's and Trader Joe's, etc. But mostly at home, just chilling, looking at my laptop, you know. I'm just gonna be resting a lot in the next few days. And then in June we're back in business. So yeah, really excited to just rest and do nothing. Yeah.
They don't have macarons. Bro, are these macarons? Yeah, I'm leaving. They don't have macarons. That's unfortunate. I'll probably buy something at the airport anyways, like a coffee and a snack. So no need to worry about that for now.
现站机场1号航站楼，Aéroport Paris. Terminal 1.
That was hilarious. Shit. Okay, I've made it. Holy shit. For a moment, I thought I was going to be deported. Also, I don't know why my voice sounds like this right now. But yeah, apparently I had like a visa issue or something like that. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, I have made it back to my bedroom. Yeah, such journey. I can't believe it's been 17 days. I'm so insanely tired right now. I kind of want to just take a shower and go to bed immediately, but I also want to wash all my bed sheets and everything. So I think I'm going to do that actually. Yeah. So, thank you for watching, and stay tuned for more travel vlogs, I guess. Yeah. So right now my plan is to do the bare minimum. So I just cut up the stray strap in my Crocs, and then right now I'm gonna I'm gonna wash all my bed sheets and everything. And then just the essential stuff like charging, and then I'm done, and then I'll go to bed. I may go out to Trader Joe's to buy a little something. That's it. Bye. Bruh. Whoop. It's 9:30 p.m., which is 6:30 a.m. in the morning in France time. I just came back home from Trader Joe's and I am extremely tired, and I tried my best to avoid people, and lo and behold, while I was shopping at Trader Joe's, I ran into Maisie, except Maisie was so locked in her music that she basically did not see me twice. So I was like, whew, I turned to the corner and Mia, the Chinese woman, shows up and was like, Enoch. And then she starts having this humongous conversation with me about summer plans and how she wants to be a popular model, etc., etc. And I'm like, okay, yeah, sure. And then eventually she's like, do you have free Lyft? And I'm like, yes. And she's like, I don't, because I didn't apply because I was lazy. But can you help me free Lyft to my place? And I'm like, sure. So I bought a bunch of random stuff, and then I ordered a free Lyft and took her to her place, and then ordered a free Lyft to go back to my place. Anyways, my bed is now completely naked, and I painfully moved the cabinet back so that I can open up a little space so that I could set up the bed sheets for my bed. I've set up all the electronic stuff. I used plastic wrap to mend this cable, and it works completely fine for some reason, so that's good. I'm done with unpacking this one. I will continue to unpack this tomorrow morning. I have a bunch of dirty clothes there, some shoes there. They're not urgent. That's it. All I'm waiting for right now is to do the bed sheets, and then wash the towels, wash the pajamas, and then I can immediately jump onto my bed, take a shower, jump onto my bed, and sleep. I don't know how long that's going to take because my blankets are being washed, and that's going to take a while. Hopefully 11 p.m. Probably at noon, though. Not noon. Probably midnight. I'll probably go to bed at midnight. But I would love to go to bed earlier because I love the feeling of waking up at 4 a.m. or 5 a.m. or something. So yeah, that's basically it. My voice is totally fucked. Yeah. Okay, actually, then you know what? I'll recap everything that happened today because I just realized that I haven't done that. This morning I woke up after 3 hours of sleep. Woke up at 6:30 a.m. and I left the Airbnb. I packed everything. I first took out the trash, and then I went back to the Airbnb, and while I was taking out the trash, I realized, you know what, I should have just directly gone to Boulangerie Béliade. So I went back to the Airbnb and grabbed my wallet, and then I walked over to Béliade Boulangerie, and then I walked in, and miraculously they're open, but I realized that they do not have macarons. It's crazy. I did so much research last night just to make sure they do have macarons. And my memory also tells me they do have macarons. I've been there 3 times. I've seen them. But unfortunately, they don't. So I'm like, yeah. So I'm like, fine. I'll just eat something else. I'll head to the airport. It's whatever. So, and I also, thank God I did not buy macarons because I really wanted to make the 7:40 a.m. train to Nice. And I barely made it, and I missed it because me and my luggage and my backpack, I went to the Nice train station, the Cannes train station, and I was like, shit, the platform I need to get to is on the other side, and I don't know how to get to the other side. When I came to Cannes, I did not have to cross over, but now I do have to cross over. So I found an elevator, I went down, I went through the tunnel, and then I went out and I realized that's another exit. What the fuck? So I went down the elevator again. I dragged my luggage down some stairs. I went up an elevator. Found a different elevator, went down. That's not a spider web. I went back up, and then I finally went to the other side. So the next train I caught was 7:51 a.m. train to Nice. And it was a little bit nerve-wracking because I really didn't want to be late. But thankfully, I was not that late. I arrived at Nice airport at 8:30 a.m., about 1.5 hours before flight. It's a bit close, but I think it worked. But yeah, the moment I hopped onto the train to Nice, everything worked fine. Like one stop after one stop, I arrived at Nice Saint Augustin on time, and then I know where to catch the tram at Grand Arena to Grand Arenas to Terminal 1 of the airport. I enter Terminal 1, and then I decided to have a little morning breakfast. Even though I had 2 boiled eggs and some soda already this morning, I was like, you know what, I'll have a little breakfast. And I had pain au chocolat and a latte. And goddamn, this is the last meal I've had in France, and it's miserable. The pain au chocolat is small and soggy and not very tasteful. The latte was a latte. And I was like, fine. And I didn't even finish the latte. I threw away everything, and I just went through the TSA. They confiscated my shampoo because I spent like €5 or like €3 on the shampoo last night so that I could take a shower. And I only used it once, and I thought, well, it would be a waste if I just throw it away. So I wanted to take it back to, not Hong Kong, to LA, but obviously didn't slide through. I was thinking, well, if I could bring cream, I can bring shampoo. It's like creamy, but no. So the TSA threw it away. I'm like, fine. And then went to my gate, and I arrived. And then by the time I arrived at my gate, I heard a PSA saying, oh, I'm sorry, but apparently if you're flying to Washington, D.C., your flight has ran out of food. I'm sorry, but you should bring your own food. So I immediately went to Starbucks and bought a sandwich, which was a semi-good idea. I put the sandwich in my backpack, so now my backpack smells like cheese and ham sandwich. And it was piping hot as well. I hopped onto the plane, and I wanted to fall asleep. I listened to a lot of music, and yeah, it was a fine trip. Actually, it was a little bit less than 10 hours, but it felt like 3 hours. For some reason, those 10 hours went by really fast, and I didn't even sleep through a lot of it. I spent most of the flight just typing words on a Google Doc and listening to music, and it was fine. It was a very breezy flight. Then dinner/lunch happened, and they did not run out of food. I got chicken stew and mashed potatoes and salad, and then a little while later they provided dinner/breakfast, which is cheese pizza. And I'm just thinking, this is pathetic. It's just a small little, about the size of like a croissant in half, and it's just sad. So I'm glad I brought the ham and cheese sandwich, even though I didn't need to bring that. But that made me starve less, and I appreciated buying that. And then I got off the plane and I arrived at Washington, D.C. And I had about 1.5 hours for me to cross over, and it's this really unnecessarily long walk from the plane gate to the customs, and also it's crazy. I didn't know I have to pass through customs. So I went through the customs. I presented my passport and I-20, and oh my god. Of course, some problems have to happen. So essentially, my American visa says that I'm still studying in community college
But my I-20 says I'm studying in USC, and that means I might be a terrorist. So the customs guy put my passport in a locked box and told me to follow a map on that box to a little police station. Thankfully, it was not as bad as the time that happened to me in LAX. I went to the little police station, and there's only one other dude there. And this guy, he unlocked my box, and he's like, "So what's the problem?" He checked my I-20. He's like, "Oh, so you're into film? You want to be a director?" And I'm like, "Yeah." And he's like, "So what's the problem? Like, did the officer ask you any questions?" And I'm like, "No." Soon I realized that I could have told him about my visa issue, but I decided not to avoid trouble. And he's like, "Well, looks good to me. Don't know why you're here." So he gave me the okay. He gave me a piece of blue paper. I gave the piece of blue paper to another bald guy, and then I passed through. So I avoided trouble. And then I picked up my luggage, and then a few seconds later, I gave my luggage away because some guy put it on another conveyor belt to the plane to LA. I passed through another customs thing, another TSA thing, which took forever, and I eventually found the gate to LA, the plane to LA. I hopped onto that plane, and for 6 hours, I was just there, and I was mostly asleep through the second flight. And I spilled more food on my pants. I spilled some chicken stew on my pants, and then I splashed water on my pants, but miraculously it dried up really fast. Yeah, that's it. I don't know why, but like during the festival, I like pee about twice a day, which is terrible, or thrice a day. But like today, I peed like 5 times. I peed before I had the flight, and then I peed twice on the first flight. I don't know why. I feel like my body is working again, and I'm also consuming more water now. I feel like part of the reason why I had so many nosebleeds is because I'm just really dehydrated. But even so, I feel really weak right now. I feel like my body is really weak. I need a good rest. I need a hearty meal. The grilled octopus is a really nice meal, but I need a good ass meal with a lot of carbs and a lot of proteins and a lot of veg. I just need a good ass meal. I'm gonna have a nice ass meal tomorrow night, for sure. So I'm excited to rest and do nothing, basically. For the rest of June, I don't know what's in line for me. There's Tristan's short film. I did not mention this, but a few days ago, Tristan texted me saying, "Hey, are you interested in PDing for a short that I'm gonna be PD for?" And I'm like, "Sure." Jayun's set, I'm not sure. I don't think Jayun's gonna let me on her set, which is fine. But like, small part of me thinks Jayun's just a child and she doesn't realize how I feel conflicted about her because she's so on and off with me. And I don't mean it in an on and off way, you know, in a, "ooh, we're in a relationship, fuck" kind of way. Don't know. We'll see. But June, for the most part, I just want to chill. I don't want to do too much. I'm so tired. After graduation, or not graduation, after the finals week and then Cannes Film Festival, I feel like I haven't really hit rest. Truly rest. So I want to just rest a lot in June. Aside from the film set, I just want to just chill and just talk to people and, yeah, just chill. So, yeah, that's pretty much it. I don't have much else to add. And, yeah.